fascinating?
Oh god, he did it, Chad. He did it. He did it. What is he doing? I don't know, but he did it. Oh god. This is happening. Commitments were made. Okay.
To you? Sure.
Let's make it happen.
Let me know.
Are there any RPG elements to this game at all? Yeah, tons of them. There's like, I mean, you just watched me do like full RPG itemization for a while. There's like full ability loadouts, different classes, spells, all sorts of things. Yep. It's basically kind of like Outer Worlds if you played that. Very similar. A little deeper though, in mechanically. Unfortunately, not deeper in other ways, which is weird, but a lot of the mechanics have been enhanced. So is this basically Pillars of Eternity in first person? No, it's like, it is not Pillars of Eternity in first person. It is like arcade Pillars of Eternity in first person and third person. But it is not nearly deep enough to be called like PoE in first person. No, it is not. That it is not.
I'll check coming.
Woo!
Some of them are still wearing third-born homespun or Diran armor.
How long must the living land suffer?
If you find this, know that I continue to look for a safe place for us. Only death will keep me from the task, for I, Hylak, have made a promise to you good people.
That was a close one.
Whoops. I don't think you made it, chat. Now, I will say this. Even though the game mechanically is not Pillars of Eternity in first person, they did do a good job bringing the lore into the game. So, yeah. Camrock says, have you watched the Avowed Skyrim comparison video? I've seen bits of the Avowed and Oblivion comparison. My big takeaway from that is most of the stuff they're comparing in those videos is from an immersive sandbox game compared to a narrative RPG game. So I've seen the videos, but as somebody who's been playing games a long time, my first response is you're apples and oranging it a little bit. Like, yeah, it sucks that those things aren't in the game, but that wasn't really in the scope of the game. So it's like, if you look at all those reasons and say, I'm not going to play the game because this stuff isn't in it, you're not at all focused on what is in it. And that's really unfortunate for you. Yeah, I mean, that means, that line of thinking means you're going to miss things you might like. You're not even giving them a chance. So that kind of stinks. But
Be prepared for anything.
like this game is not trying to be Oblivion. It's not trying to be Skyrim. It's not trying to be an immersive sandbox. So, like, saying I'm not going to play it because it's not what it's saying it isn't. Isn't that a little weird? Like, I don't know. It just seems really weird to me. I feel like instead you should figure out what is in it and then see if you like that. Does that make sense? So instead of going like, that's not in it, so I'm not going to like it. Yeah, I feel like it's a little, that thinking is backwards.
Well.
Yeah. Because what this game does, it does really well and it's pretty fun. What's in here is pretty cool. Like, sure, I love all the immersive sandbox elements, but that's not what this game is, so.
Oh,
yeah.
Good shot.
So I've been having a good time with it, for what it is. The stuff that I've really been enjoying about
Someone is in terrible pain.
exploration, the combat's fun, the world is beautiful. As a Pillars of Eternity fan, it's chocked full of lore. Like, yeah, there's a lot of pretty great stuff in here for PoE fans. Pillars of Eternity fans. All right, here we go. I should try to do more like stealthy stuff in this build. Boop. Oh, I have to use the right one. Oh, Lord. Cool. It is dark in here.
We make a good squad.
This is a very high damage build. I'm digging it. Let's see. Can we just set these on fire? Oh, I guess I can't set those on fire. Need more stamina? I do need more stamina. Yeah, I'm starting to think we may want to do some respecking here, actually. It looks like it's 6. Oh, yeah, dude. There's like hard diminishing returns at 6. Interesting. Oh, not for dexterity. No, dexterity is 10. Interesting. Okay. We could do that. Just be a complete dummy. I'm not totally adverse to that. Huh. 0 intellect. I don't know about 0. And the thing is, I'm a little confused about that. We're not confused, but I'm conflicted about. We aren't really hitting any of the high int checks anyway. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see how we like this.
Nicely done.
Jeez. Interesting. I agree with him, by the way. I do. Okay. We could have used that to shoot down and freeze them. I don't do that nearly enough. Then again, I don't really do ranged in this game too much. Can we go in here? Oh, can I blow that up? Okay. That works. Are there any other spots that we can charge through here? Oh. Yeah, I totally missed that wall. Look at that. Oh. Oh.
Dream thralls. Now I'm worried about who's locked them up.
Oh, these were the dudes they were experimenting on.
There is only the greenery. Oh, so alone.
But that simply is itself. Red petals. Red petals.
Bummer. Do we kill these people? Oh, Lord. The affliction begins with brief absences. That is, moments of unawareness, not unlike those caused by disrupted sleep, over-inebriation, great age, and so on. Then, within the span of days, this affliction progresses to a hallucinatory state. In every instance, it is the same. The afflicted dreams, in waking life, of floral imagery. The detachment from reality is not sudden, but gradual. The afflicted recognize the degradation of their faculties until they are lost entirely within the realm of the dream. During this period, appetite lessens as the afflicted are unresponsive to the world around them. The skin takes on a sickly hue, then a greenish one. The afflicted are largely lethargic. Then comes what is currently believed to be the final change. The skin blossoms with fungal growth. The afflicted regain their energy and lash out with uncanny strength at the world around them. No stage of progression is known beyond this point. Oof. Which game are you liking more, this or KCD? KCD is scratching my super immersive itch. It's one of the best sandboxes I've been in years. I'm loving how realistic and gritty KCD2 feels. It's almost like a simulator in a lot of ways. This game is great for the action and the exploration and the world traversal and everything. Like, they're scratching different itches for me. Yeah. Oh, you have to go that way. So I've been having a lot of fun in Avowed because it's far more narrative focused. Like, there's a lot more happening quicker, and the combat, in my opinion, in Avowed is a little bit more like there's more going on in the combat in Avowed, so I really enjoy it. But I'm enjoying KCD2 far more for the immersive sandbox elements. Like, I just love being in the KCD2 world. It's just awesome. Yeah. But it's a less focused experience. Not as much happens as quickly in that world. So it's a different flavor.
Who are you? What do you want from us?
I don't know. Who are you?
Gods take me. You're a real person, not a dream thrall.
That's a fallacy. Dream thralls are derived from real people, you idiot.
Ignore them.
Wow. Okay.
Are you the envoy, by any chance? We've heard rumors of your coming.
I'm a representative of the Adiran Empire. Yes. Good rumors, I hope. I've worked hard on developing an excellent reputation.
We heard that you speak with the voice of the Emperor, that you come in the name of the Empire.
So you must be acquainted with Captain Weemgar, then. That's fortuitous. We're naturalists who created a small settlement here after Adir ordered us to study the crystal spiders of the living lands.
We should have fled. The local Adirans warned us this venture was doomed, but we ignored them. Then some of our people became afflicted.
We sequestered the infected away. But one of them turned in the night, causing a fire that swept through the area. We came to this cave, saving who and what we could with Captain Weemgar's help. But he said we needed to kill our affected companions. The Steel Garrote is very clear about whether Dream Thralls can be permitted to live.
Okay. So why are you harboring them?
Gods, I wish we never had.
We originally came here to study the spiders, but when our colleagues turned, we had no choice but to take on a new field of research.
We thought we could save them.
Garth, it's on Game Pass. Yeah. You want to save the Dream Thralls?
It was certainly the desired outcome. But given what we've seen of the plague, we may have to kill them instead.
How can you speak so clinically? My brother, your husband, is one of them.
I'm a pragmatist. We need your help, Envoy.
Just making sure you understand that. I'm a pragmatist. What can I do?
Kill the Dream Thralls for us. That way Weemgar will have no reason to turn us away.
Hey, Kazone.
Are you a fool? The Steel Garrote won't care. They'll kill us if they know we're alive.
Not if the Envoy euthanizes the Dream Thralls for us.
You're joking. Those are our friends, your husband, and my brother. No, just ask Weemgar for provisions. We only need supplies. I know he has provided for us before, but we need more. We're too hungry to think straight. Once we have the right provisions, we can decide what to do next.
Maximus says, what's wrong with chat today? This game, for a lot of people, is fun to hate on right now. Yeah, so a lot of folks have fun doing that. Yeah, they love coming into streams of it and just complaining about it. They probably haven't even played it. They've just heard what big creators and influencers are saying and parroting it along. This is totally par for the course. Yeah, it's totally par for the course. So that's what happens. I'll ask Weemgar for better provisions. Yeah.
Another sentimental moron.
Yep.
I'm trapped here forever with him, I swear.
Oh, shut up. You're a cold-hearted monster. I don't know what my brother ever saw in you.
Guys, look, it's a lot easier
I know it.
if other people
Doom
make
is
opinions
waiting.
for you. That way you don't have to think about it. You don't have to defend it. If people question you on it, you can just point to that person. Like, it's so much easier to have other
Good
people think
show.
It's just, the whole thing is, it's so much easier. Yeah. That's why I do it. Mm-hmm. What is this? Okay, that just goes right. Perfect. All right, so let's see if we can get more provisions for this. Is Cohh defending the game? I'm not defending anything. I'm just saying if you're gonna if you're going to come in here and talk about why you don't like a game, then talk about why you don't like it. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. But coming into somebody playing a game like this and going, this game's garbage, it's just junk, Game Pass slop, like you're not doing anything. You're not like there's no discussion. There's no adding to the conversation. You're not doing anything. Like that's just, you're literally just taking your vocal diarrhea and shooting it out into the internet. And most of the time it's just so you can feel better about your own opinion because you're hoping someone will validate it. So it's like here, I don't mind if people don't like Avowed. In fact, I encourage people not to like Avowed, because if you don't like the game, and you come to me and you say, hey, I don't like it because of these good reasons, then we can have a talk about it. And I love talking about video games. I love it. But we can't talk about this stuff, again, if you're just gonna bitch to the universe. That's not, it's just a waste of everyone's time. So it's like, that's the only thing I love talking about this stuff and all the problems they have and how they can be better and all that kind of stuff. But I don't like just... Yeah, I feel the same way when it's just like, you just watch videos and make dumb faces and talk about like, oh, yep, that's right. That like without zero addition. Like, yeah. The whole thing is just, it's just silly. It's just silly. So no, for the record, I love when people don't like the games we play. I just want people to be able to talk about why so we can have a discussion about it. That's all. And a lot of times people in chat will have that discussion too. We've been doing this 12 years, and a lot of people, for some reason, continue to stick around. So, you know, everyone kind of knows we love talking about this stuff in here. If people want to talk about it.
Maybe they'll make him happy too.
Oh, this is a whale area.
Looks like that broke off of something. Wonder where it goes.
Oh, we're going to get a whale totem. Interesting. Okay.
Hello. Are you here to grieve someone too?
It's really not safe here.
It isn't safe anywhere.
Fair.
So I'm not troubled by this. If I die, I at least die somewhere beautiful. There are so many flowers here. I'm sorry I never learned their names. My brother thought of them as friends, you know? He loved them dearly.
Is your brother the one you're grieving for?
I grieve for everyone I've lost, and everyone who has lost someone. But yes, for him especially. He died last month. The Dream Thralls killed him. Killed 3 of his comrades. He absolutely hated fighting. All he wanted to do was be a gardener. If the plague ever ends, I'll grow a garden around his grave. Right now, all I have is this bouquet. I'd bring it to him, but...
This seems like such a pointless gesture. Wow. But what?
It's not safe. There are things near his grave. I can't fight them. But you look like you could. Will you go chase them out? Put flowers on his grave in my stead. And maybe tell him I'll grow him
Hey,
a garden
Dimitri.
one day.
How are you, bud?
I think I saw a cairn across the lake bed. That must be the place.
It's hard to be in this chat when co-chat is toxic. I don't think it's been very toxic. I've seen more good discussion than not, to be honest. I've been following along pretty extensively. Remember, here's the thing. It's important to mention, talking about what people don't like in games is not toxicity. If people are respectful about what they're talking about, like, we encourage that here. This is not some positivity only safe space. In fact, we like when people are having respectful conversations that completely disagree with each other. That's awesome. So that's not toxicity. And I do see a lot of people in chat that are having like good discussions about this game. Yeah. So that's okay. We're fine with that. That's totally okay. Yeah, discussion is welcome. And this game, for the record, somebody earlier said, well, Cohh, what are the bad parts about this game? We've talked about it a lot over the course of this playthrough. This game has many, many things that I would like to improve, be deeper, that I feel are missing. This is not a flawless game. I'm just focusing on the parts I like of it and having a great time with them. But, no, man. People get the wrong idea pretty easily, I think. You can really like parts of a game and have significant issues with other parts of it. And we do all the time. Let's see. Oof. Gonna need like 9 more there. Ouch. All right, that may be a little bit. Oh, we can make the 5 upgrade stuff now. But we can't do that. We have too much to do there. Okay. Let's go see if we can... Oh.
In the dead fire.
Sure was. I was sent out as soon as I was old enough to leave home.
Is it true what they say? That Aethys woke up a dormant volcano?
That was after my time. But wait. Why do you want to know?
No reason.
Margaret's breath. Please don't start thinking of ways to set off a volcano.
No one is setting off any volcanoes. How would that even work? Oh, I bet I'd be really good at it.
Man, I wish I had more time to just sit here and talk to you guys about this. There's so many people that have like such valid, awesome feedback on this right now. Lot of good reasons on why people played the game and put it down. A lot of good reasons on why people wish that it was deeper than it was, that are 100% valid, and I get. Like,
I feel quite hungry.
Yeah.
You look quite thirsty.
Okay, let's go up here. This game should be like $40. That's one thing I will say. The price is an interesting price point. Yeah, the price point, that's an interesting price point for any game these days. But yeah, that's a different discussion. I would have said that this game definitely would have been a lot better received at like the 40 to 50, like even cheaper possibly. I think they could have gotten a lot better received from that. It's a little weird when a billion? Microsoft's a $1 billion company, right? Is that accurate? Or high 100 millions? I think they're billions at this point. Probably way over billions at this point. But it's a little weird when a $1 billion company owns a studio and then that studio releases a game that is not AAA. I'd argue this game is like AA plus maybe, but I think I would not say this is a AAA value game. I would say Obsidian's always been like AA. That's what Obsidian does. They're not the top dogs. They're making amazing games at their level. So it's a little weird when a $1 billion company releases a game that I don't think is trying to be AAA, but then charges you the AAA price. That's a little weird. I feel like that doesn't line up. And I feel like people should be, that's a valid frustration. I'm glad it's on Game Pass, but yeah, I mean that's totally valid, man. It's totally valid.
What can I do for you, Envoy?
I mean this game did not take the resources of a AAA game. Like it did not have the amount of people working on it that AAA would be. It did not have the resources that would be AAA. Like, yeah. I think that tracks. I need to speak with you about the burnt down settlement in the lake bed.
Not so loud. Careful where you say that. We and they will get thrown into the shit if word gets out. I can't risk discussing this with you further.
I think that is
Please,
Coffee
just
Dad.
know that they and their caretakers must stay in that cave.
Moto says this feels like such a generic fantasy game that I can't get into. Modal, I can totally see that, especially if you haven't played Pillars of Eternity. As a Pillars of Eternity fan, this game is dripping with Pillars of Eternity lore, so there's nothing generic fantasy about this for me. Like, for me, like, everything is in the Pillars of Eternity universe, so I love it. But that being said, if you don't get the lore, or if you don't have any attachment to the lore, kind of get it. I've said multiple times, I feel like this game is a love letter to Pillars of Eternity's fan. And the more I play it, the more I'm starting to think that may have been the direction. They told me the whole story. We need to discuss this.
Ah, right. So, you know then. Kill us sick or die ourselves. The Inquisitor didn't say as much directly, but the import was clear enough. I'll only say I'm sorry you've been brought in on the secret. The fewer who know, the safer we all are.
You can trust me, you know. The Steel Grotto are no friends of mine.
I appreciate knowing that. Thank you. Tell me, are the infected still alive after your visit? Or are they gone?
The search for a cure goes on.
We can only hope. That means a lot to us. Thank you. Please don't let this trouble you any further. I'll take care of them from here.
Good, and give the poor souls in the cave better rations even.
Certainly. For all they've been through down in the dark, I'll make it happen.
Nice.
And I'll let
That is
you
totally
on your
Coffee
way.
Dad, isn't it?
Godspeed, Envoy.
That's Chris Hemsworth with Sojiro's VA. I'll take it. I will take it. Okay. So is this the... Yeah, that's the Homestead quest. All right. Okay, so let's go do the Homestead quest next. Mello says, I just killed all the Dream Thralls in the cave, rip. Yeah. Yeah. We'll do that maybe on our next run. Our Gandalf the Red run. Kodolf the Red. Mm-hmm. For those that don't know, I am not touching magic in this game, which apparently is a really fun way to play. Magic it's apparently a real big power fantasy to play magic in this game because it's really strong and fun. So what we're going to do is I am not touching anything magic related this run. I haven't even picked up a spell book. I've never cast a spell. And if we return to this game in the future, which I think we will, especially if they make an Avowed 2, which I hope they will, we're going to do a Kodolf the Red run. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a mage. It's basically lost his shit. He's 100% a Diran. He's 100% Steel Garrote. He wants nothing more than to subjugate the living lands. And he absolutely hates the god that has attached itself to him. And that's going to be an interesting run.
Not saying a word.
Sailors, soldiers, fisherfolk, all turn to monsters.
I hope there will be a Pillars of Eternity 3.
I wish I could
Same.
help them, but the Dream Scourge won't allow it.
I really, really hope that this game does well enough to where they want, or where they make an Avowed 2 and a PoE 3. The Carrie, the studio owner, actually mentioned that they were happy with the sales. I don't know what that means, and I also unfortunately vaguely think that the Concord guys said that before they shut down. But you know, I think we'll know more in the future. Honestly, and I hate saying this, these days I don't really put any stock in what the companies say the sales are like. We have to wait until like the reports come out. I hate saying it, but like that's just kind of what we have to do these days. It does not matter if a studio says that they have sold well. What matters is if the company that owns them, if Microsoft says that sales targets were met, that's good. But if the studio says it, I don't really think it matters, unfortunately. As we've learned over and over, it really doesn't matter what the studio thinks if they're owned by another company. That's just the reality of the situation we're in. So it doesn't matter if Obsidian thinks the sales met the target. What matters is if Microsoft thinks the sales hit the target. So we'll wait to hear that before we get too excited about potential sequels and future stuff.
We see you! Invaders in the north!
Ow! Did you just throw a rocket? Whoa, lords are here. Come here. Ow, damn, dude. Rude.
Fear in the eyes!
We good? I think Kai got her.
That'll show him.
Okay. Magic Bolt isn't magic? Oh, you're talking about my 4 ability? My 4 ability is a godlike ability. That's not a spell. Yeah. So I classify that one a little different. I'll use all my godlike abilities. Yeah. The stuff I'm talking about is this in particular. There's an entire, like... Oh, I don't have any. There's an entire line of magical grimoires and things like that. And then there's this whole entire class with tons of different spells. These are the things we're not going to be touching at all. Yeah. We're gonna save all these for another run. Mm-hmm. Nice. Great. Have you ever voice acted, and if so, for what? Yes, I have voice acted, and I actually have an IMDb page. Do I have an IMDb command? Oh. Hey, mods, can we make an IMDb command that links to my IMDb? I'd appreciate it. But I have been in, let's see, Cyberpunk, Baldur's Gate 3, Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. Oh, here we go. Solasta: Crown of the Magister, Stasis: Bone Totem, Encased, Chivalry 2, King Arthur: Knights of Tale, Everspace 2, Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon, Unmetal: The Surge 2, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, and Warhammer 40k 2 Space Marine 2.